Craig Simpson, to be followed by Mary McGivney.
Good evening, Madam
Craig.
Chair, board members. My name is Craig Simpson, and I'm a legislative and political representative for Amalgamated Transit Union Local 689. We represent about 7,500 members at the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority. You have my written testimony, so I'm just going to speak directly to you about the issues that we're concerned about. And I'm hoping tonight I can do two things. One is to save you some money, and the other is to keep you from committing what I believe to be a bad public policy mistake. And the issue I'm referring to is the proposed takeover of Metrobus routes 2W, 12, and 20 by Fairfax County, who would then contract the service out to a private contractor operating as Fairfax Connector. When the proposal was brought forward by Fairfax County Department of Transportation in the fall of 2007, Fairfax projected that there would be a $137,000 cost over and above what current Metrobus services were charging. And then in the out years after that, they projected savings of about $200,000 to the county, with those savings increasing as the years went on. And they noted that the initial cost of the buses was $8.5 million. But before I get to that, let me speak to the operating costs. I'm not sure that all costs were included in Fairfax County's estimates. I haven't seen the documents, so I can't say for certainty that they were. I don't know, for example, WMATA police are that have the primary responsibility for responding to Metrobus, prime on Metrobuses. That function now transfers to Fairfax County. I'm not clear that there was any cost associated with that included in the documents. And there's many other costs like that WMATA performs that it's not clear to me were included in the initial estimates. But let's leave that aside for right now and just look at the projected savings that were supposed to widen over time for Fairfax County. When I looked at the National Transportation Database, I looked to see if that were in fact historically true. I looked at two common measures. One was operating costs per revenue hour, and the other was cost per revenue mile. In both instances, over the last 5-year period, Fairfax County's costs for operating their connector service have increased at a rate faster than WMATA's. That would mean, if that projection were true, that instead of savings expanding, if there are in fact savings, they would contract. So I don't know what assumptions Fairfax County Department of Transportation used, but at least by some measure, that may not prove to be true. Then we look at the cost of the buses themselves. That's $8.5 million. Let's assume that that $200,000 savings is there. It will take you 40 years to recapture that money that you're spending on the outlay of buses. The other major error in the cost that I saw was it didn't include the cost of the garage facilities. Fairfax County could not take over that service until the West Docks garage was completed. There's no, boy, that's a quick 3 minutes.
If you could just sum up, please.
I will. That's the cost side. The other side is the cost to employees. You're replacing decently paid people with good wages and benefits with lower paid people with inferior health insurance and no benefits at a cost to the Fairfax taxpayer. So I think that's just bad public policy, and I'd ask you to defund that this fiscal year. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony.